Shalom, shalom. In today's Legend from the Zohar, we're going to be discussing the letters by Rav Hamnuna Saba. We're going to find this section in Book Aleph, and we're going to be getting to the side of the matter, and I'll be revealing the secret of this section. So, let us begin. It starts here at the letter Tav. And in order for us to understand this section, we're going to have to refer to a secret cipher. And this cipher is found from the compendium of the 231 gates. Seeing as Tav is located at Malkut, we're going to start here. When he desired to create the world, all the letters came before him in sequence from the last to the first. The letter Tav saw itself fit to come forth first. It said, "Master of the world, may it please you to create the world with me, because I am the seal of your ring, which is Emet." Emet is a key for Malkut, meaning that I am the last letter in the word Emet. And as you are called by this name of truth, so it would be most appropriate for the king to begin with the letter Tav and create the world by me. The Holy One, blessed be he, said, "You are worthy and deserving, but you are not suitable for the world to be created by you. You are destined to serve as a mark on the foreheads of the faithful, who have kept the law of the Torah from Aleph to Tav. But when you appear, they shall die. Not only that, but you are the seal of the word death," meaning that Tav is the last letter in the word Mavet, death. "And because of this, you are not suitable for me to create the world with you." It then immediately left. The letter Shin. We're going to find this in Yisod. The letter Shin entered and stood before him. It said, "Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, as your own name, Shaddai, is with me." We're going to find in Sephiroth, associated with the name of God, we're going to find Yisod, Shaddai. "And it would be most proper to create the world by a holy name." He replies, "You are worthy, you are good, and you are truthful. But because you are included among the letters of the word Shekir, falsehood, I do not wish to create the world with you. Shekir would not have prevailed had you not been attached to the letters Resh and Kaf." Indeed, attached to Resh and Kaf, being the secrets of the backsides of Netzach and Hod, represented by Resh and Kaf. The letter Kof and Resh, very important because we see that these two are indeed together, as we will see with some of the other sequencing as we continue. From this we learn that whoever wants to tell a lie should add that lie to a base that is truthful, because the letter Shin is a letter, namely a sign of truth, meaning the letter of truth by which the patriarchs reach the unison. Note that the three lines in the letter Shin refer to the three patriarchs who are called Chesed, Gavur, and Tiferet, and the letters Kof and Resh appear on the evil side, meaning the backside of the tree, which they do. Because the other side is cold, Hebrew Kar, Kof, Resh, without any use of war that gives life. The other side draws its sustenance from Malkuth, mainly drawing its sustenance from Malkuth, when she is a frozen ocean, in order for them to continue to exist. They pulled the letter Shin to them, creating the combination Keshir, mainly Keshir, which means strengthening and surviving. When the Shin realized this, it left. The letter Tzadi we're going to find in the place of Tiferet. The letter Sadi entered and stood before him and said, "Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, since the righteous Sadakim are signed by the name, and you who are called righteous Sadi are also written by my name, as it is written, for Hashem is righteous." Again, Hashem refers to Yud He Vav He. Yud He Vav He is found in the Sephiroth of Tiferet, which is where we find the letter Tzadi at. As it is written, Hashem is Sadi. He loves righteousness, Tehillim 11:7. Therefore, it would be suitable to create the world with me. He replies, "Sadi, Sadi." You are truly righteous, but you should remain concealed and not reveal too much, as would be done if the world were created by you, so that humans will not have an excuse for their sins. And what is the reason for it remaining concealed? It is because it used to be Nun, and the letter of the name, which is the Holy Covenant, came and mounted on the letter Nun, thereby creating the letter Sadi. The secret meaning of this matter is that when the Holy One, blessed be He, created Adam, which is the secret of Zeranpin, again, He created him with two faces, that is, a male and a female, attached at the back. But for that reason, the Yud's face was turned away from the Nun, the Yud facing one way, the Nun another, not turning to face each other. The Yud faced upwards, and the Nun faced downwards. The Holy One, blessed be He, said to it, I will sew you, that is, separate the attachment of back to back within you, and from you into a frontal union. But it will rise to be this way in another place, not immediately with the creation of the world. It should be back to back, and indication that its illumination is hidden. Therefore, it is not suitable to create the world with it. The letter Sadi left his presence and went his way. The letter Pei and Ayin. Again, Pei and Ayin, coupled just like Kof and Resh. And this we're referring to the Chesed and the Gavura. The letter Pei was the next to enter. It stood before him and said, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because the redemption that you shall bring to the world is described by me. Pedut, redemption. This means that salvation is to be redeemed from our enemies, and this word in Hebrew starts with the letter Pei. This is why the world should be created with me. He replies to it, You are indeed praiseworthy, but a secret crime, Pesha, is inscribed in you, like the snake's that strikes and then brings its head to its body, mainly the secret of Gevura. Because whoever sins bends his head, meaning that he hides himself from the observing eye, then stretches his hands out to sin. This refers to the shape of the letter Pei. The stretching of the hands are Chesed and Gevura. That has a head bent down to its body, and so it was similarly said of the letter Ayin, which describes the term Avan, iniquity. Iniquity because we're dealing with the backside. Although it claimed, I have humility, Anava, referring to Chesed, in me, and the Holy One, blessed be He, replied to it, saying, I shall not create the world by you. Ayin then took its leave. The letter Samek and Da'ath. The letter Samek entered, stood before him, and said, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because I am able to support those who fails. As it is written, Hashem upholds Somek, all that fall, mainly being the backside. Tehillim 145:14. He said to it, This is exactly why you should stay in your place and not move from it. If you leave your place, in the word Somek, what will happen to all those who fell and are being supported by you? The letter Samek then left immediately. The letter Nun, referring to Bina. The letter Nun entered and stood before him, saying, Master of the world, may it please you to create the world with me, because the phrase, fearful is praises, Nora Tehilot, Shemot 15:11, starts with me, and also in the praising of the righteous, it is written, praise, Nava, is comely, Tehillim 147:1. He told it, Nun, go back to your place. It is because of you that the letter Samek returned to its place. And you should not depend on it for support. And you should depend on it for support. This means that the letter Nun is inscribed at the beginning of the word Fall, Nephilah. And the letter Samek, which is the secret of Hashem, upholds all that fall. Return to its place and support those who fall. As explained in the previous paragraph, it immediately left his presence and returned to its place. So it says here, this means that the letter Nun is inscribed at the beginning of the word Fall, Nephilah. And so the secret here is that the shattering of the vessels occurs in Bina, as I've demonstrated. The letter Mem and Lamed, mainly Chokmah, Keter. The letter Mem entered and said to him, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world by me, because with me you are called Melech, king. He told it, yes, it is indeed so, but I shall not create the world by you, because the world needs a king. Go back to your place, you and the letters Lamed and Kaf, as it is not proper for the world to be without a king. And who is that king? Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Melech. This is all in the mystery of Malkuth and Shekinah. So, we are now in Kaf. At that hour, the letter Kaf descended from his throne. Glory shaking and trembling, it stood before him and said, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because I am your glory, Kavad. When the letter Kaf descended from the throne of his glory, 200,000 worlds were shaken, and the throne trembled, and all the worlds were about to collapse. The Holy One, blessed be He, told it, Kaf, Kaf, what are you doing here? I shall indeed not create the world with you. Go back to your place, because the Hebrew word klaya, destruction, starts with you. And because of you, total destruction is determined and decreed. Yeshayahu 10:23. So return to your throne and stay there. At that moment, it took leave and returned to its place. And so the word glory, which is the word kavod, has an allusion to the 10 Sephiroth and the 22 letters, mainly being the gematria value of this. So, moving along, we're at Yud. We're going to find the letter Yud in the mystery of Yesod. It says, the letter Yud entered, stood before him, and said, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because I am the first letter of the holy name. Thus, it should be proper for you to create the world with me. He replied, it should suffice you to be engraved upon my name, and appear in me. You embrace all my desires. Rise up. It would not be proper for you to be removed from my name. And the mystery of Yesod, the source of desire. And again, and you've seen Gate 5, the mystery of the name. The letter Tet stood before him and said, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, as by me you are called good, Tov, and upright. He replied, I will not create the world with you, because your goodness is concealed within you. Therefore it is written, Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have concealed for them that fear you. Tehillim 31:20. So because your goodness is concealed within you, it cannot take any part in this world that I want to create. It only applies into the world to come. Furthermore, because your goodness is concealed and treasured within yourself, the gates of the temple shall be sunk. As it is written, her gates are sunk to the ground. And to all this, the letter Chet stands before you. Together, you become a sin, Cheta. This is why these two letters do not appear in the names of the 12 tribes. Tet immediately then took its leave and went away from him. It says here, and to add to all of this, the letter Chet stands before you. Again, Netzach and Hod, Tet and Chet, which is proper. The letter Zain. The letter Zain entered and said to him, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because with my help your children will keep the Shabbat. As it is written, remember Zakar, the Shabbat day, and to keep it holy, Shemot 28. He replied, I will not create the world with you, because you represent war, that is, a sharp, pointed sword and a spear with which people make war, and they are called weapon, which in Hebrew is pronounced Zain. And you are like the letter Nun, which the world was not created by, because it is at the beginning of the word Nephilah, English, falling. It immediately left his presence. It says of Zain, which is the front side of Tifereth, because with my help your children will keep the Shabbat. Mainly, this is the secret of Zeran Pin. And there again, in reference to a sword and a spear with which to make war, by this name, he was called Yahu Zebah. The letters Vav and He. Again, fitting. Chesed Gavura. The letter Vav entered and pleaded before him, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because I am in myself one of the letters of your name, Yud He Vav He. He replied, Vav, you and the letter He should both be satisfied with being written in my name, because you appear in my name and are engraved in it. I shall therefore not create the world with you. Again, Vav and He are the Chesed and Gavura, and they are paired, as fitting. Dalet and Gimel. Dalet and Gimel are going to have the very same association as Samek and Nun. The letters Dalet and Gimel entered. They both also claimed the same thing. He told them also be satisfied with being with each other, because there will always be poor men on earth, and they should be given a benefactor. The letter Dalet is poor because it is called Dalet from poverty, Dalut. And the Gimel reciprocates as a benefactor, Hebrew Gamolet, to Dalet. Therefore, do not leave each other, and it should suffice you that you sustain one another. The letter Beit. The letter Beit is Hokmah, as it is written. The beginning is Hokmah. The letter Beit entered and said to him, Master of the universe, may it please you to create the world with me, because by me you are blessed in the upper and lower worlds. This is because the letter Beit is the first letter of the word blessing. The Holy One, blessed be he, replied, but of course I shall certainly create the world with you, and you shall appear in the beginning of the creation of the world. And as I said, the beginning is wisdom, which is Hokmah, and the first letter of the Torah is Beit, to confirm. Now we find Aleph and Keter, so let us see what is said here. The letter Aleph stood outside and did not enter. The Holy One, blessed be he, said to it, Aleph, Aleph, why do you not enter and stand before me like the other letters? It replies, Master of the universe, because I saw that all the letters left you without benefaction. So what shall I do there myself? Not only that, but you have already presented the letter Beit with the greatest gift of all. And it would not be proper for the supernal king to take back the gift which he presented to his servant and give it to another. The Holy One, blessed be he, said, Aleph, Aleph, even though the world is created with the letter Beit, you shall be the first, literally head, Resh Lakal Etan, which would have been Rash Kal Otiot in Hebrew. And the word Rosh is our key word for Kether, as Aleph is in Keter. First, literally head of all the letters. My attachment shall be expressed only by you, and all calculations and actions of the people shall commence with you. Therefore, all unity shall be expressed by the letter Aleph. And here it says, and all calculations and actions. And this refers to the sequence. Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Fe, Sadi, Kof, Resh, Shin, Tav. The Holy One, blessed be he, formed large upper letters which allude to the Sephirah, and smaller lower letters which allude to the Sephirah of Malkut. And this is why it is written, Beit, Beit, which refers to Barashit Bara, and Aleph, Aleph, which refers to Elohim Et. So the first set of Aleph and Beit letters are letters from above, whereas the second set of Aleph and Beit are letters from below, from Malkut. And they are all united, the ones with the world above, with the ones from the world below, so that they can influence each other. And so I'm going to reveal one last mystery here. And the secret of these letters that Rav Hamnuna describes, which are the secret of the 231 gates, is that there is a revealed tree on top of a concealed tree. This is the mystery of, and he will bruise his head, and the serpent will bruise his heel. And so the mystery here is that this entire tree will be located in the kether of the backside of the tree. And this is like the tree to your face, which is revealed as these are fronts, in due proportion with the tree of your body, which is concealed. Now, how is it concealed? As you have 7 holes to the face and 32 teeth in the mouth, you have 32 sections to your spine with 6 ribs and a tailbone, which is concealed. As you have Aleph separates Mem from Shin revealed on your face, you're going to have Aleph separates Mem from Shin concealed on your body. And I've alluded in Israel, gather yourself, O Israel, which is the light of Bina in Aleph Mem Shin. So you will gather Aleph Mem Shin to the center of your face, and you'll gather Aleph Mem Shin to the center of your body. And it will be with everything in existence. Animals, dogs, cats, bears, insects, no matter what it is, you're going to find that the tree of the face will be at the kether of the tree of the body. And it will be like this with all of creation. So, with that being said, Shalom, Salah,